AP 578. It was a great class. Thanks for everyone for all your posts. It was great learning from each and every one of you. It's 11:35 on the East Coast. Tired over here. So here we go. Last post of the semester. Again, guys, I enjoyed everything that you guys posted throughout. So moving right along. When did I burn out? It was my sophomore year of college. I was power cleaning, and I was kind of tired of playing football. Honestly, I was tired of going to class, and going to class, going to workouts, and going to running, and going to everything else, and I was burnt out on it kind of already. And then I tore a muscle in my upper back, and that kind of done it. I was done with it. So that's kind of when I was burnt out on football. And that leads right into the next thing is what sport or activity was you participating in? Football. I participated in 4 sports in high school, but I only signed a scholarship to play one, and that was football. How intensely were you training when you burned out? It goes right back to why I was burned out. I was training really hard. We were working out at 6 a.m. To 9, speed training, strength training. So I was going probably 3.5 hours a day of training. So that's kind of probably why I was burned out, honestly. At that time, I didn't feel physically bad. I was probably in the best shape of my life, but mentally was more along the lines of where I was really struggling. I was struggling psychologically because I didn't get enough me time. I didn't get enough time that I was away from everyone. It was always doing that, always doing that. So that's kind of the reason that I was burnt out. I was always there. So how long did I feel that way? I really enjoyed my freshman year. I loved it. When I left to go back after the summer, it sucked. I didn't want to leave my family. My family was struggling at the time, and I had to leave them. So, that was not a great deal for me. So, I probably felt that way for 5 or 6 months before I left. So, did they suddenly or build up over time? They definitely built up over time. Like I said, 5 or 6 months. Whenever I left in July to go back up to school, and I only got about 3.5 weeks off. My family was struggling. My parents were going through a divorce, so it was tough leaving them. It was tough going back up and being away. And then you started fall camp of football, so and then after fall camp, it was spring training, and that's whenever it all happened. So, I really, I hated that I was burnt out, but, that's kind of just what happens whenever you train all the time and you go and go and go and go. And Yogi Berra said that sports are played in a 6-inch field, and that's 6 inches from ear to ear. So whenever that 6 inches is left, what's left? There's nothing left for you to go on. So a lot of people go on like, oh yeah, I can bench 500 pounds or squat 500 pounds. It's unbelievable to me the psychological effect that plays into sports. So once I was psychologically out, the rest was history. So I think that for someone who really wants to play college sports, they need to love it. They have to love to play the game. And I did love it, but when you start talking about family and all that kind of stuff, I think that plays another factor into it. So again, guys, I enjoyed everything you said, and I'll enjoy this last post. Hope to see you guys in one more class.